Aquarius. I'm here to give you a 2024 New Year wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we are going to be looking at what the next year has in store for you. This is for any Aquarius placement. If you're drawn to this read, feel free to take it in. I kind of set it as being for any strong placement in Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, a significant placement in that 11th house, or if you're a Leo rising, that makes you an Aquarius Descendant, and this may speak to you. So we're just going to dive right into it. We're not going to waste any time. Get a baseline of kind of how you're entering the year. You're putting the brakes on something, okay, with the 8 of Wands coming up in reverse. I think you're reviewing something before you move forward. There's some piece of information, there's some detail. There's just something here, and there's the part of you that understands that little things make a big difference. The devil's in the details, and if you don't have this fundamental piece of information, it can sabotage the whole plan. The whole thing will be a wash. So I feel like there's something you're just putting on hold just for a minute. You want to move forward with this thing, but you're holding back. And I feel like you're holding back because there's some gaps that need to be filled in information that you still need to receive. There may be some kind of communication that you received, and there's something about it that you're not quite trusting the communication. You're wanting more details. You might be considering if you should kind of be the one to initiate some kind of communication. There's something about this. You're trying to sort something out, but you know that there's more information you need, and I feel like getting that information through communication is important. But there's something that you heard, I get, from somebody in regard to some communication that you feel is like a little like, I don't know about that. Wait a minute here. So let's check it out. Okay, I'm going to do a cut of the deck. I like to cut the deck 3 times into 3s and get sort of like a baseline. This has something to do with the past, okay? Could have something to do with a child, maybe with a baby's mama, you know, something you're trying to work out in that situation. Could relate to a mother specifically, all right? Some kind of information regard to some kind of negotiation I get. It could be something involving finances for some of you. For others of you, this involves a soulmate, okay? It involves somebody that you're wanting to come together with, somebody you're wanting to work things out with. Maybe you got some information about this person through an outside party, and there's just something here that you're questioning. You don't feel like, you're like, that just, I don't know, something about that doesn't sound quite right. I think in some cases, this soulmate could be somebody you go a ways back with, okay? And you're like, that doesn't sound like them. I'm just not buying it, okay? There's something here you're wanting more information on. Whatever you've heard, whether it's in regard to a child and trying to work out some kind of negotiations, or related to a mother, a baby's mama, or a soulmate, there's something that you heard that's just not matching up what you know to be true of this person. You feel like you need more details. There's something about this that really is bothering you, though, or it's weighing on your consciousness. It could have something to do with a Leo. Again, there's a past connection here. I always pick that up with that lion in this deck. This might be something that's kind of like keeping you up at night. You don't want something to come back around the bend like it did before. This is what I got. This might be like some kind of repeat pattern. You keep going through this experience repeatedly with this person. There's always something that kind of like, every time you kind of head in this direction, something comes back around to bite you in the ass. That's what I got, okay? So let's find out what's going on here, Aquarius. I think this is how you're entering the year. You feel like the past is kind of trailing behind you. There's something that's on your mind. There's some kind of communication that came through. It's regarding somebody very important in your life. This could be a child and some kind of negotiations you're trying to work out. This could be in relation to visitation. It could also be some kind of financial arrangements. There could be a baby's mama in the mix. There could be a mother in the mix, and maybe they have very strong opinions about this situation as well. This could have to do with a soulmate, somebody you're wanting to connect with, somebody you're wanting to come together with, and yet there's opposition to this thing coming together because of some very central figures in your life having a very fixed point of view. And then there's some outside the communication that came in regarding this individual or regarding this situation, and something about it just feels off to you. There's something that you feel like you need more information before you can move forward. You might be wanting to initiate communication in a certain area, move forward in a certain way, maybe even move towards someone, okay, or move towards something. This might even be related to a move. And in some way, you need more information. You need to fill in the gaps, okay? I feel like this is kind of the baseline of how you're opening the year. Let's see what else is coming in for Aquarius in 2024, Spirit. Yes, okay. You feel like there's something that's hidden in this situation. You may have even done readings on this situation, okay, with the High Priestess here, but there's something that your intuition is just telling you, like, no, that ain't right, okay? You're trying to suss something out here. You know that there's more than meets the eye in this situation, and there's something that you're just not seeing clearly in this situation. A High Priestess, that is Pisces energy there. It can also be Cancer energy, so I'll go ahead and call out the signs as they come in, and we'll see. Ooh, landing right on my arm there, we have a King of Wands energy. All right, this could be your energy. You might have a strong fire sign placement in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could also be dealing with a central figure, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in this situation. This is a very independent energy. You might feel there's more than meets the eye in regard to this person that, you know, again, you know, there's the Leo energy comes in there. So this could be in relation to a Leo, quite possibly. But there's something here about wanting to get more information. I feel like you're trying to figure this out for yourself, and I feel like there's something you're trying to keep to yourself in this situation as well. You're being careful about how you move. You want to be in a very strong position when you move forward. I do see you as a very like independent agent in this regard. And so maybe you're trying to kind of like break away from others' input in this situation because you feel like they don't really understand. Ooh, and just as I brought that in, there was blockage. So I originally wasn't going to go this route with recording since it is on the streaming service, but I just thought, forget it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. King of Wands energy in this regard, coming in with the High Priestess as well. Maybe, you know, getting somebody did some workings to kind of like call somebody in, manifest somebody. This could have been like some love drawing spell, you know, something along these lines. That's not for everybody, but with the King of Wands coming in with the High Priestess, I have to bring it in. You could also suspect maybe that somebody has, you know, kind of been doing some workings on you. Maybe you know somebody that's done this in the past. That might be what has your hackles up in regard to that little piece of information that came in. You might think that this person's trying to block something romantically for you. That's possible, okay? Just the way that came in. You know what? Let's just get on it right now. Let's just check that out right now for that to come in. I'm going to go ahead and grab the occult deck here, and we're just going to see. Let's just address this right off the bat, okay? So we don't forget this detail. That's just such a strong indicator for me with this deck. Bottom of the deck in reverse, the moon in reverse. Also Pisces Cancer card. Okay. Wow, that's really interesting for that to come in like that. Makes manifest the apparitions of demons, sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. Whoa. A little of the hair of the dog that bit you, only it's the hounds of hell. And this is in reverse, so this is distorted, okay? So this is like distorted magic. This could be somebody who's bitter, okay? I would say that in this case. This is not for everybody, but I'm going to go on this track because we do this at Broad Coven. This is not for everybody, but for some of you that know very well that, you know, you travel in these kind of circles and you know people who work on a metaphysical level, this could be somebody who is like a bitter ex, all right? They could have gone to somebody, professionally, all right, to help them out with this, somebody who calls themselves a high priestess, somebody who claims to know what they're up to, okay? But I feel like this was some kind of, you know, it was some kind of like revenge work, almost like a blocking work, because they feel like, you know, you set some evil upon them and they wanted to return it to you. They wanted to destroy you with your own, like your own weakness, basically. 11:11 on the clock. Oh my gosh, okay? So they know you have a certain weakness for something or someone, and so they wanted to kind of use this against you. That's what I got. It's sort of like baiting you. It's like a trap, luring you in with your own weaknesses. Interesting. This could also be like sort of a manipulative kind of energy where knowing that, let's say you kind of got a roving eye, okay? This could be like somebody, I'm getting girlfriend, okay? It's coming through in that way. This could be a girlfriend sort of intentionally setting somebody up to kind of like prove a point, all right? It's got that kind of vibe. There's something manipulative here. Even if it isn't like somebody doing an actual working, there's a manipulation that's happening here and it's caused some kind of confusion, all right? With the moon in reverse, that's really like trying to create this Neptunian kind of glamour, okay? Let's get some more details. Was there any kind of working done in this situation? For those that's resonating with spirit, because it is coming in for somebody. Is there any kind of working done? Okay, that came out really quickly. What do we got? King of Pentacles. Turns any metal into gold, gives one high offices and titles, answers questions about past, present, and future. I would say yes, and I would say that somebody paid to have this done. With that King of Pentacles coming in, it definitely indicates alchemy work being done. And this was probably to raise somebody's status through lowering another's. Interesting. Earth sign energy there, also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that might give you some clues as to where that may have been coming from. We're not going to dive into that any deeper, really, because I feel like that's sufficient. Because I don't feel like that's everybody's story, but it is coming in for somebody. And so I do like to dive into such matters when they do come in, right? So looks like somebody wanted to create some kind of blocking or confusion, you know, kind of like sabotage you by playing on your weaknesses to elevate themselves. All right. It's almost like if I tear you down, then, you know, it redeems me in some way. Look at that. 5 of Wands in reverse. I feel like one time, you know, there was a lot of competition in this situation. Maybe there were multiple parties in this situation, and this is one of the people that got like passed up. They're bitter about it, all right? This just coming in, okay? So this could be like a situation where maybe you have your eye on somebody, multiple people have their eye on this person, okay? And so this could be one of these people who, you know, shoot their shot, got shot down, and so they're bitter about it. So they kind of want to maybe like sabotage you from being able to take your shot or something like that. There's not this kind of vibe. All right, let's move on from that energy. Show me what is this kind of hidden element around this situation. It looks like you're trying to get some kind of information about a situation. A lot seems like it's kind of cloaked to you. There's a lot that you can't currently see in this matter. Again, everything's coming up in reverse. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You felt like at one point you were on the same page with somebody, but something really changed in this situation. Now you don't understand why there's like nothing happening in this situation. It's almost like somebody's completely pulled their energy out of the dynamic and you're trying to figure out what's going on here. In some cases, you were even receiving some kind of financial kickback or some kind of payments were coming in. and something stopped and you're like, where did the money go? Like, why isn't the money coming in anymore? This could be connected to an Aries, because we do have the King of Wands coming in here, but now we got the Emperor, okay? So it could be an Aries. Again, another Taurus significator as well, because we did have that King of Pentacles energy come in, okay? So there could be a Taurus or an Aries factoring strongly in this situation that this is tied to. This person could be partially involved with causing this kind of like holdup, okay? Financial holdup, I'm getting specifically, could be connected to this, all right? What's going on with this Emperor? Tell me about this Emperor energy. Give me more information about this Emperor energy for Aquarius in 2024. What's going on with this Emperor energy? I feel like this is somebody you're dealing with. Okay, and this person has some kind of sway. They have some kind of clout, I just heard, okay, in this situation. You want to challenge this individual. Just God, you want to challenge this individual. Crossing energy, judgment. Okay, you want to challenge this individual. It's interesting because look at the judgment here too. This figure is just sitting pretty. They're really relaxed. I think you feel like you would win this judgment. And with judgment coming upright like that as a crossing influence to the Emperor, I would say you're correct about that, okay? Maybe you are also kind of involved in trying to, you know, it could be, this is not for everybody, but in some cases, you're the one who, you know, kind of like approached somebody about doing some kind of working to maybe destroy this Emperor with their vices, tempting them with a little women, wine, and song, something along these lines, so you could get some kind of evidence that could sabotage them, take them down, working a little glamour so you can elevate yourself, put yourself in a kind of winning position. Pick what side you're on. I see it could go both ways. I see it could go both ways, okay? You're feeling really fiery about something. You're trying to take control of a situation. There's a direction you want to head in, but you feel like you've been blocked. And you feel like there's a strong individual who's blocking the way. I also feel like you got some kind of financial holdup going on, or somebody has completely pulled their energy out of this situation and it's creating more blockage and frustration. It does look like judgment in your favor though. Something here is going to be ironed out. In terms of what we opened up with, if you're negotiating anything regarding a child and you're dealing with that on a legal level, I see judgment in your favor, okay? Blocking energy there, okay? There might have been some arrangements put in place before where you were restricted from having rights or something like that. This is going to get renegotiated, ironed out. I see, you know, if you were having issues with being able to have your child stay with you at your home for a while, this is going to be rectified, okay? It looks like that's all going to get straightened out. So let's see what else is going on. Show me out what else is coming in for Aquarius in this situation. What's on the other side of this judgment in Aquarius's favor in 2024? Wow. Okay, so if you were facing any kind of like legal situation, like you were bound to some kind of legal agreement or something that was really making you feel held back and trapped, or in some cases, if you were concerned about, you know, am I going to have to do some time for this? It's coming in for somebody. You're not going to have to worry about that. You're getting out of this. I mean, I think you're represented by a really solid attorney there, okay? Whoever's on your legal team, they're definitely doing the job and doing it right. So if you're trying to get out of some kind of like legally binding contract, if you're in the middle of some, you know, messy divorce or some kind of separation of assets process related to like a business dissolving or anything along these lines, I feel like whatever tactics your legal team is using are spot on, all right? That might be what the information is about, like needing some more details. I feel like whatever those details are, whatever the missing information is, that's going to come through. In some cases, it's missing financial records, and then you're going to finally stumble upon it, and it's going to reveal just what you need to move this thing forward, okay? But I feel like if you're worried about, suffering a loss in a legal situation, if some of you were worried about maybe having to do some time or something like that, or not being able to get out of a binding contract, you don't need to worry about that with the Eight of Swords in reverse, okay? You're not going to go down, in this situation. There's something that's going to like spring the lock on this situation for you, and you're not going to have to worry about that, all right? Again, we got Earth sign energy. This could be Virgo with Hermit in reverse, all right? This could also be, you felt very trapped because again, you might be getting out of a marriage. You might be getting out of some kind of like binding agreement, like a binding legal agreement. Maybe you were really like signed on for a certain position with a corporation or something like that. And so it prevented you, your contract prevented you from branching out and doing your own thing. Whatever was holding you back, I feel like it's legally, you're able to get out of it, and you're able to move as an independent agent, okay? A Virgo could be connected to this process, not necessarily, but I'm just calling the energies out as they come in, all right? You also may feel like there's a Virgo that is kind of trying to keep you stuck by not revealing certain details to you. This is possible too, okay? With just the way that came in with the Eight of Swords in reverse to the Hermit in reverse. Maybe you felt like somebody was trying to keep you out of the loop. That's interesting. Okay, this just came out as a crossing influence, and it landed right on top of this other deck. So I am going to take the top card of this deck, and I'm going to use that as a clue to jump onto that tarot. Yeah, there's some kind of completion happening here. Something's coming to a successful completion. So I feel like whatever this mess is that you've been dealing with, that you felt so trapped in, that you're still kind of got at the forefront of your consciousness as you're heading into 2024, this is going to come to a successful completion. You got the World, and you also had Judgment in your favor. So don't stress out about this. Any legal process that you're going through right now, any negotiations around a child that involves the family, a baby's mama, a soulmate, a love interest, maybe you're trying to, get yourself extricated from one situation so you can move into another direction and finally have the freedom to do that. I feel like for a lot of you, this is coming up in the area of really wanting to follow your heart. There's somewhere like, there's somewhere where your soul is just calling you, all right? And for a lot of you, that is, you want to go towards somebody specifically. 23:33 on the clock when I said that. And in fact, you're wanting to move very quickly toward this thing. It's sort of like you feel like time is wasting, away. You don't want to miss this opportunity, but you haven't been able to act independently. So this is very much at the forefront of your consciousness. And that could be why there's all this negotiation potentially around a child and the mother's involved and all that, because if you're extricating yourself from a serious relationship where there's shared assets or a marriage, something along these lines, it definitely can prevent you from moving forward towards your heart's desire, right? But I see it being resolved. I see it being resolved successfully. There's a lot of transformation here. There's happiness on the other side. And with this pearl here, there's also the piece that you learned a lot through this experience. And maybe it was really difficult to go through the challenges you went through, but there's something you got out of it along the way. And that pearl of wisdom is going to pay off for you in the future. I also feel like a lot of you are ending some kind of work contract as well. There's something that's switching up with your business. You're going to start doing things in a new way, a different way. There's something you're bringing to a close as far as how you used to do things. You're heading forward in a more innovative way, and this may involve doing more work online. There might be something that's kind of drawing you in this direction. You might be realizing that that's something you haven't really invested a lot of your time and energy in as far as your own business pursuits. And you're recognizing there's a lot of untapped potential there. So I feel like you are going to head into that direction and branch out. I feel like it'll be really successful for you, okay? So definitely head in this direction. With the world, you could be also dealing with closing something out with a fixed sign. So that could be Leo, again, that could be Taurus, again, could be Scorpio. I also feel it's the ending of a major karmic cycle for you. It's a really big change. And it's something that's still kind of like you're worried about it right now, because right now it feels like it's still in a little bit of a holding pattern. But that's not going to be the case for long, okay? So where you're feeling stuck and like you can't move forward right now, that's coming to a close in 2024. So this is good news for you. It looks like judgment in your favor, and you'll be moving into a position of power. And where you did feel like somebody was challenging you or had some kind of control or authority in the situation that was holding you back, it looks like you find your way around that. Yeah, you might have, there might have been a little dirty pool involved in this situation. You might have gotten tripped up a little bit, or vice versa. You could have tripped up this emperor a little bit. I kind of see it as working both ways, to be honest with you. It feels like it's a little bit of a competitive situation. So maybe you all were kind of like throwing some stuff back and forth at each other, right? But it looks like you come out ahead in this situation. I'm going to do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. This one and flip over like this. So yeah, I mean, I think that you balance this out finally. We got the Two of Pentacles coming in with the Seven of Swords. So again, yes, I do feel like you both kind of like were messing with each other. But here's this Knight of Wands energy. I see you racing ahead, and you know exactly where you're going. You're all revved up and ready to go. You're fired up about it, and you're not hesitating. As soon as these restrictions lift, you're on your way, man. You're not holding back anymore, okay? You're not holding back anymore at all. So let's go ahead and take this deck over here because that card did land on top. We're going to look at this top card here and just see what other information it wants to provide before we get into shuffling this one here. What's this top card? Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the beginning of a new direction in business, a new investment that you're going to make, a new investment in your future. So where you were feeling like nothing was really moving forward financially, or maybe somebody pulled their finances, they pulled some funding out. I see this almost as you like exploring different means for getting funding. Okay, some of you are going to do a Kickstarter campaign to get something started, to get the startup revenue that you need. You really realize, like, I don't want to pull a bunch of people in again. It just makes things messy. I'll figure this out myself. Some of you may be looking into some kind of business loan, business grant. Okay, bottom of the deck energy. I see that being successful. I see this coming into alignment. And you'll definitely launch this thing, and it'll be a successful launch, okay, with the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck there, all right? What else is coming in for Aquarius in 2024? What else is coming in for Aquarius in 2024? What else is coming in for Aquarius 2024? Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. We had two cards came out in the crossing position, and we got a Queen of Swords in reverse to the three. Just as I said that, like, if blocking energy came in. So yeah, again, this is kind of confirming what I was talking. Felt separated from something or someone. I feel like it's someone you feel separated from. And this is somebody that you likely have had your eyes on for a while, or it's somebody that you're very familiar with. In some cases, it's somebody that, things ended with, that you really like. You want to hit the restart button. You want to breathe life back into this thing. You feel like this person's gone really cold, or maybe like the trail's gone cold, like you thought that, This had a lot of opportunity, but then something happened that just disrupted the flow, and now you're trying to figure out how to turn this around. Also, I feel like with this Queen of Swords energy coming in reverse here, okay, that's air sign energy. It's also your energy, okay? Yeah, I told you it could work both ways. You might feel really bitter about this separation. You might be very upset about this separation. You might be very angry and wanting to kind of call anyone to the mat who was part of this with this coming in here. I also feel like you have had somebody that you turned down that's been a thorn in your side, okay? It feels like there was a competitive situation here. So this could be one of your exes has been problematic in this situation. That was one of the reasons why you were stuck. Maybe this person's very aggressive, okay? Maybe this person's aggressive. Maybe this person has a violent streak. Maybe there was something that really, like, you were really concerned about this. You felt like, I can't head into this other direction because this person, I don't know what they'll do. You know, it felt very unsafe. Maybe you were heading towards somebody new and you were very worried about how your ex would react to that. And if the ex could actually pose a serious issue or a serious problem in this regard, because they've demonstrated themselves to be kind of an aggressive person in the past. In some cases, this could even be a situation of DV, you know, and you dealt with somebody who was super abusive. And so you're really worried about how this could affect, you know, moving forward in the direction you want to go now. It's sort of like, you don't want to take any of this mess and put it on somebody new. All right. So I feel like there's something that's being straightened out here. Give me some more information about this situation here, this separation, and this Queen of Swords in reverse, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to know about this? I feel like you've been very angry in this situation. There's been a lot of anger that's come up in you in regard to this. Another crossing influence. Look at this. So this is moving out of the way. Isn't this interesting? Separate decks, same message. Now the 8 of Wands is coming upright, okay? So where you did have this separation because you had somebody kind of like vindictive, harsh, working against you, this is going to be balanced out. Where you weren't having communication before, I see that is going to maybe let me clear my throat. Okay, I got some things to say. You know, I feel like, you know, you're going to be able to finally move forward with something. Maybe somebody's also coughing it up. You know, maybe somebody is admitting to some truth that they withheld as well. This could even be happening in a legal capacity, and that's the thing that kind of gets you moving forward. But I see as you closed out this year in a place where you felt stuck, again, you're moving forward, and you're moving forward very rapidly. And I feel like you'll really move forward in Aquarius season, I feel, okay? So look for this movement to occur. I feel like February will be a really important month for you. Certainly by March, you're going to see a lot of progress in this regard, but there's some kind of breakthrough happening in this situation. It was 33-44 when I brought that in. There is some help coming in. There's some helpful people coming in. There's also some helpful information that's going to come to light that's going to give you the upper hand. And where you were stuck before, you'll move forward very easily, and you got a lot of building blocks for your future, okay? So you're not going to be blocked for long. And if there's somebody you've been wanting to talk to because you feel like communication's been blocked, I see that communication is going to open up. And again, there might even be some desire to connect with each other. You could be at a distance from this individual. There might be some travel involved, okay? But I do see a lot of kind of like going back and forth. I feel like there will be a lot of back and forth communication. So in other words, once this communication opens up, it continues. It's not something that just sort of like is a one-off, all right? There's an ongoing discussion happening here. And I feel like it really gets cooking. A couple months from now is when it'll really start moving quickly, okay? I'm feeling February, like more toward the end of February is what I'm picking up for a timing on that, okay? Tell us about this moving forward for Aquarius in this communication. What does this look like? How is Aquarius moving forward? How is Aquarius moving forward? Woo! Ooh, yeah. Okay. You know, again, we got a Cancer significator coming in. You might be moving away from a Cancer or a baby's mama or a mother figure, all right? All associated with the sign of Cancer, but I see you're following your heart, okay? So there's something here that I feel was holding up the show, was preventing you from moving forward. You felt stuck, you felt held back, you felt restricted. Whatever it is, you're breaking free of this. I see you moving forward, following your heart. There's some kind of mystery that's been solved in this situation. Some kind of truth has come to light. For some of you, the mystery was to be solved within yourself. Like there was just something that you hadn't seen before, you hadn't recognized before. Maybe it's something that was just like this same loop. You kept traveling over and over again, and it's like you had an aha moment, okay? Or one's coming, rather, you know, where you're going to finally understand what the thing is. I get it might be a person. I keep getting this. Like it might be somebody that you've been associating with, somebody that maybe you thought was kind of like on your team or really backed you up, and you're starting to realize that this person actually doesn't have my back. They're the very thing that's been holding me back from where I want to go. Okay, so I see you resolving this, moving away from what was holding you back. I don't think it's necessarily easy to move away from this, because with the Eight of Cups, you've invested a lot of time and energy in this person, this place, this thing, this position, but you're being guided by something more soul stirring. That's the only way I can put it. It's like when you get the call, you just kind of have to answer the call. Some of you are actually going to receive the call. Maybe you reach out, you get the call back. Okay, some of you are getting a call back. You're trying out for a role. You're trying out for a role. You've always wanted to, you know, try your hand at theater, or you've always wanted to try your hand at acting, you know, something that maybe is a little outside the box for you. You kind of on a whim, I got this. I don't know. You might even do like a short trip to like audition for something. You get the call back. You get the role. Interesting. I see you moving forward though. It might be shocking to some people when this thing comes through for you. They didn't really see this thing going anywhere. Maybe, you know, you really believed in this. Again, for some of you, it's like you get some lucky break, you get a role. And it's like, maybe it's a childhood dream. It's something you've wanted to do, but you always kind of like nurtured it in quiet. And it's sort of shocking for people to see you do this. You might have shared this, okay, with your family, or you might have shared this with a loved one. They might have kind of like tried to put it down, you know, they had some kind of harsh things to say about it. It disappointed you, but you were like, no, I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to go for it. And it pays off. Those people will be eating their words, man. I see this. If you get this, it's taken off, and it's taking off quickly. You know, it's like you'll get a lot of other roles that will come through this opportunity, and it's like a totally new direction for you. Okay, that's for somebody. It's not for everybody, but that's for somebody out there, right? But I see that at one point, you know, you were in two minds about this thing, and you finally just decide to go for it. I did pick up this energy when I first dove into, you know, the Aquarius collective, where it was really like you're feeling like a little like, I'm willing to take a risk. You know, I got that. You know, I think you've been weighing something up for a while. We see that second time, Two of Pentacles came in. Okay. There's something you've had to balance out here. I feel like there's been something that you've needed to karmically balance out here, but you're moving forward, and you're moving forward very quickly. And you might be moving away from a Cancer, okay? Because that came up multiple times. Could be a Cancer, Leo, cusper. You could be moving away from, you know, your family, all right? That's also possible. Maybe you've always kind of like lived in the same area. You're uprooting yourself. You have to go after your heart. Taking the lead, you know? For others of you, it's that you're like going for something really unexpected. You get the call back, and it's like, no, this is a once in a life time opportunity. Like, I got to do this. I got to live my dream, even if everybody thinks I'm the fool. Okay, so let's see. What is Aquarius moving forward towards? You're not stuck anymore, so that's good news. You know, I'm sure if you've been feeling restricted, held back, stuck, to know that you're going to be moving forward and rapidly. Some of you will be doing a lot of travel too, just because you did have the World card come in. I don't know how much of that cut out, so I'm just going to bring it in again. Some of you may be traveling because the World card also came in. You might have to go to a different location to really expand. Or there's some kind of promotion that you have to do. You might be doing some, oh yeah, look at this, big money. It's new beginning. Look for this to come in the springtime with the Ace of Pentacles here. And this is going to be very fruitful for you, very prosperous. You definitely are smart to invest in this direction. It's going to pay off for you big time. Look at that. That's the truth. With the Ace of Swords, by winter time of next year, you're really going to have like this crowning moment where it's going to be like a total victory for you because you chose to live by your truth, man. Look at that. It comes up again. There you are, King of Wands to the Three of Wands. Oh my goodness, to the Justice. After that, to the Strength, to the Nine of Pentacles. Woo! To the Five of Wands, to the World, to the High Priestess. Holy moly. Wow. Look at that. To the Hermit, to the Judgment. Again, I'm telling you, whatever you're stressed out about now, you do not need to be stressed out about it because truth will prevail. The proof is going to be in the pudding, man. By next winter, you're going to have such a huge success on your hands. You're going to ace out the competition. You're like the wild card. I got that. You're like the dark horse in the running that nobody has their money on. And I'm not saying that to like offend you. I'm saying that because you actually put a lot of pressure on people. You do. You may not realize it, but you put a lot of pressure on people. You got them shaking in their boots. And that's why you've been feeling kind of like cut off or out of the loop because people don't want you to have, you know, the full knowledge of just the power that you do hold, you know, the way you do come up in rooms that you're not even in, you know, people do see you as a true contender. And so that might be why you feel like you've been a little bit out of the loop. You haven't had all the information at your disposal. You know, you sort of felt like you were on your own in a situation, like you were being blocked. You were facing a lot of challenges, but whatever you've been waiting to come in, it's coming in for you, okay? You are not going to have to wait around for long. And with the King of Wands here, I feel like you're really owning your fire. You may have a strong fire placement in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but either way, I see you in this very strong, fiery, independent energy. You know, you're mastering at the helm of your life, and you're overcoming the challenges of the past. And I see that you're doing this in a very balanced way. You know, you're really staying in that position of power that you gained through that Pearl of Wisdom, 44 on the clock. And this is a building block for your future. You really learned a lot from your past and you're applying it in the present. Again, you could be dealing with a Leo energy in this regard. Maybe this is the person that finally like opens up, you know, and gives you the information that you need. I sort of feel like maybe you're trying to coax this out of this person. There could be an Empress energy involved in this situation because there is an Empress here. Empress is Libra energy. It's also Taurus energy. All right. There could be an Empress or a mother figure. Okay. This could also be a mother figure in the situation, or baby's mama could have a strong Leo placement. But I feel like whatever's happening here, the situation is being handled with compassion. Okay. and you're kind of like, come on, up and out with it. It's time to air this out, all right? So you might need this person to be on board in order to work through something. Maybe it's been hard to get this person on board in the past, but there's some way you're overcoming this challenge, and it brings balance to a situation. We got Libra energy here with justice, okay? 11 energy, bringing things into alignment, the manifestation of alignment. I see you in a really strong position. So where you felt like that money wasn't available to you, where some kind of financial revenue dried up, not anymore with the 9 of Pentacles. So your finances are going to be doing really good. And it's because of that new opportunity that you take in the spring, okay? It grows, right? So whatever you're kicking off on a business level, financial level in the spring, it really kicks off. I feel like by the time you're heading into the fall, you're going to be really just in a good place financially. I also feel like if you dealt with any health challenges, these are also being straightened out. I feel like it's because you're getting more like physical activity in. You might even be starting some kind of martial art or getting into boxing. Something along these lines. It's really getting you in shape. I just got Taekwondo for some of you, okay? I am picking up this like martial arts piece, judo, all right? Something along these lines. It's also giving you a lot of confidence, you know? And it's tempering you in such a way where it's able to allow you to have a certain focus and equanimity that maybe was missing before, okay? And that's having like sort of a bang on effect in these other areas of your life. It's like the more that you kind of pour into yourself and take care of yourself and listen to what your heart's telling you, what feels right for you, and you invest in those directions and you allow your truth, you know, to have the most sway and say in your life, the more your health improves, the more vibrant you feel, the more you prosper, the more the finances come in. And you start to realize that, you know, the thing that's been holding me back all along is I've always gone to these other people and asked for their opinion and asked them like how they would go about something. And I never really just valued my own knowledge, my own intuitive knowing, and my own input in my own life. And it's sort of like you're taking back the reins from other people who've had too much directive in your life. And I feel like it's landing you in a really good position. Just your health is really going through a radical transformation. I don't know if you've been having a lot of health challenges, but I'm seeing this combination of, I keep getting like some kind of martial arts or boxing, you know, Krav Maga, you know, for some of you, it has something to do with, you know, putting that sort of fight energy into some kind of physical exercise. Some of you may be like a contender. I just got that. You may be a boxer. Okay. You might pick up some sponsorship. You might actually start making some money in this regard, you know. I'm seeing like winning a title, you know, something takes off for you, okay? There is this piece about getting discovered or having something really pop off, or, you know, suddenly you become really known for what you do, all right? This coming in. And I feel like you ace out the competition, you know? It's this piece here, you're like the dark horse coming up. Like nobody really considered you a true contender, whether it's for this opportunity or this person that you have your sights set on, but you absolutely are, you know? A lot of this, to me, I have to be honest with you, it looks more like really kind of making a name for yourself and really coming to a place of strength and security in yourself. And I see this too with the World, to the Judgment, to the Hermit. Though you may have some romance in there and you may be balancing things out with another, I feel like this is more about you as an individual and you coming into a really strong position within yourself. I'm not seeing a whole lot that's kind of talking about you coming together with another per se. It's more like you separating yourself from others, not in a negative way, but in a differentiating way where you're like, this is who I am. And I don't need you to kind of like put me in a category or tell me who I am. There's something about you really stepping into who you are and owning it. And it leads to just a huge success in your life and something you can really call your own that nobody can take from you. It's really beautiful energy. All right, let's go ahead and get a super awesome future card for you and just see what other surprises might be in store. And then I think we'll get a rebel card to just sort of cap things off and get an overarching theme for your year. But what will be the most memorable thing about 2024 for Aquarius? What will be the most memorable moment for Aquarius in 2024? What will be the most memorable moment for Aquarius in 2024? What will be the most memorable moment for Aquarius 2024? Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the anchor away. I feel like this is a role reversal. Somebody used to have you, you know, kind of like in a real stuck position. You got the upper hand. This may be very destabilizing for this person when you pull up the anchor, but you're definitely on your way with this squid energy here. You're heading into a very creative cycle, and your compass is definitely set on your heart's direction, okay? So there might be a little destabilization as you move into this expansion, but it's going to be so good for you. And we know you've been wanting communication with somebody. We know there's something you've been trying to work out here, but it's been held back. We got this letter coming in, so there is some kind of communication coming in, and it might actually come in through snail mail, old-fashioned way. Let's see what this communication is about. Ooh, yeah. This is related to something legally moving forward. Again, we have the handshake in reverse to this tower energy, the lightning in reverse to the secret in reverse. So again, I feel like where you're needing that information that helps you seal the deal, you know, and get the upper hand in any kind of legal or financial negotiation, the secret's out. You're making an agreement here. This person is not liking you have the upper hand. That's what I got. They thought that they were going to have the upper hand, and you flipped it up and reversed it on them. You have the upper hand in this situation. And I mean, somebody's bitter about it. It's true. And they might say you're selfish or you're taking more than your share, but you feel like, you know what? It's my time and I earned it. And again, 22 energy there. Like, it's in alignment for you. Maybe it is time to be a little selfish. Maybe it is time that you consider your needs. Maybe it's time that, you know, you do what's right for you. Not everyone will like it, but it is what it is, okay? But there's a big door of opportunity opening up for you in 2024. It could have something, look at 2024 will be your year. You got 24 right there. Look at all these keys you got. I find that this card often comes in when there's like lots of different opportunities that are going to be presented. You have all the keys to open these doors. You could be a life path 24, 24/6. Life path 24/6 could be factoring strongly in the situation. Also, I just feel this is 2024. It's a banner year for you. A lot of doors of opportunity opening up for you, and I feel like you're going to kind of have your pick and choice, but you are definitely going on an adventure here with the rider. It's been kind of a strange trip getting here, but I do see that you may be looking for a new home. Home might become more of a flexible thing. You might be on the road a lot, doing a lot of traveling. Some of you may even go to Australia. This may be something you've been considering. There might be some kind of opportunity opening up there, but it's all happening on the other side of something closing out with that 28 energy. That's 10. But I feel like you're coming into alignment with your true path, the path with heart. You're ready to go. You're ready to head in this direction. And when you move forward, you know, ostriches, they're fast. They're fast and they're powerful. So you're moving forward very quickly. There might be something really significant that comes in at the next new moon on the 11th in Capricorn that marks this new beginning. Maybe you start looking for another home. You kind of hit the road. You're trying to think of where you'd like to go, where you'd like to live. All right. This is really positive energy here. Woo! And it does look like you're coming into alignment with somebody here. Another two representative here. So this is coming into alignment with somebody. Somebody's got their eyes on you. We got hawk energy here. I feel like this is directed by spirit. Okay. So you may be relocating to unite with someone. Okay. Very interesting. Or you meet somebody on the road. But either way, I feel like your crown is straightened and you're in that place where you're in charge of your life. You're looking good and you're feeling good. Your money is really good, man. And you got some exciting new opportunities that it's like, oh, the places we'll go, the things we'll see. It's got that vibe to it, okay? It's sort of like something big opening up for you. And it all has to do with this seed that you plant in the spring, man. It's really going to take off, pay off. So whatever you're investing in at that time, it's so worth it. Overarching theme for Aquarius. Overarching theme for Aquarius. Overarching theme for Aquarius for 2024. Let's get you a Rebel card here. Overarching theme for Aquarius in 2024. Overarching theme, Spirit, for Aquarius in 2024. Look at this. Ooh, okay. Look at this. Yeah, you know what you really want to invest in. Look at this. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. I mean, you may have been through some pain. There's been some loss. There's been some heartache. There's been some dark times. I think you had to have a lot of faith even when you were traveling through the dark times. You kept your eyes focused on the prize. You used a lot of wisdom. You were able to stay focused on the goal even as you were traveling through the shadow. Some of you really overcame something. You overcame something very unhealthy. You overcame an addiction. You overcame an abusive relationship. I feel like it was because you had your sights set on a certain goal, this direction you wanted to head in. And that's what kept you going. And that's what kept you invested in this change. And now I see in 2024, you're actually walking away from the old and you're stepping into your new reality. You're creating it as you go. And it says, bring it into form. And you are going to actually make your dreams happen. You're stepping into them instead of just keeping it in this place of dreaming. You're actually living it in 2024. And look at this. Trust yourself. Look at all the growth. Look at all the beauty coming in for you. This card really represents Empress energy to me. It talks about when you trust yourself, when you invest in yourself, there's so much beauty and growth that comes out of that, and also abundance and prosperity. I feel like a lot of you are actually connecting with a more kind of like rooted sort of spirituality as well. You may be connecting more with your ancestral energy. You may be looking into different types of shamanistic practices. I'm getting this energy, especially with all the totems showing up here. You might be doing a lot more journeying work, a lot more work with maybe even connecting with some tribal energy. Some of you may be making journeys to the rainforest. You may be making journeys to Peru. You might be doing some different exploration of plant medicines, but this might be how you come to this place, this sort of cracking open where you really invest in your dream. But something beautiful is happening here, and there could be a connection with some tropical locale as well. But it looks like once you really listen to yourself and this information comes in, this missing piece that you've needed, this detail, it all lines up for you. And you're that dark horse and you are charging ahead right to the winner's circle. Congratulations.